I'm Ruth and welcome today to my mum's kitchen. Today we're going to make plum jam. So what are the steps for making plum jam?
First I'll measure the pot or whatever you call it. So
Now you're washing the plums.
washing the plums, and after we'll take the pips out.
So you're just taking the pips out now, is it?
Yeah.
Why do you make your own jam? Why don't you just buy it?
Oh, because the bought one is full of generally 1 kilo again, a little bit more. So that's 2 kilos of plums.
So you mean you'll put 1.5 kilos of fruit
on 2 kilos. 2 kilo fruit and 1.5 kilo of sugar. And leave it overnight. Cover it. The fruit, you cover the fruit with the sugar and leave it overnight.
Okay. So we have 2 kilos of fruit and 1.5 kilos of sugar, is that right?
Yeah.
Then what do we do with it?
Just leave it overnight.
And what are you doing now?
Just mixing the sugar with fruit.
Do you press it or anything like that?
No, just mixing.
So we don't put any water into it, is that right?
No.
It's now morning, so what have you done now?
So it was standing overnight and I had a lot of juices and put to the stove to the liquid to disappear. So it's cooked for approximately 1.5 hours.
So you have just put it on the stove and it's now cooking for 1.5 hours.
Approximately.
What are you going to do now with it? You've taken it off the stove. What do you do now?
So
what are you going to do now?
I'm going to mix it to break down the skin.
So you just use a bar mix and you just use the bar mix. Okay, great.
I always leave few pieces of fruit.
So you don't break it down completely?
Not.
It's pretty much broken down, but not completely broken down. And now that you've broken it up, what are you going to do now?
I'm putting back to finishing it, and you'll see.
So you're now cooking it again.
Cooking it again to finish up.
How do you know when it's finished?
You'll see. I'll show you.
It's now started boiling, and what do you do now?
That white part.
Why do you take that off?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's what I learned to do.
All right, so we just take it off because that's what your Nonna told you.
I know that flesh. That's why you have to.
Looks good. Looks very thick.
Not enough.
And you keep on taking the white stuff off, the white froth.
Yeah. And don't forget, on the beginning you have heaps of that. What?
Well, how's the colour? Is the colour good?
It's very nice.
How do you know if it's good?
Because it's nice and red. And it looks good.
So you're keeping on stirring, is that right?
Yeah, it's almost finished.
Why do you have to keep on stirring?
If you don't do that, it might splash everywhere and get burned on the bottom of the pot.
So what are you doing now?
I'm just trying to see if it's enough. And to be able to recognize that it's finished, you use the spoon.
So what do you use the spoon?
And you made the how do you call it?
A line?
Line. And if it stays the line.
And is this stayed?
Not really, a little bit. Needs more. If the line is clear, that means it's finished.
What are you going to do now?
I'm testing if it's ready.
All right, and how do we test that?
I'll make the line again. And
How's
it's
the
pretty
line?
good.
So it's got to stay clear.
It should be clear, yes.
So good.
There's no jelly in, it's just fruit and sugar. You can't do it with sugar.
Can't do it without sugar.
Yeah.
So is that healthy for us?
Well, up to the point. Everything's healthy in normal line stage. It didn't close,
Uh-huh.
and it means
And now you've switched it off.
switched it off, and I'm going to bottle it.
And you don't waste anything. You put it all back in there.
Yeah. Going to
Waste not, want not.
bottle it while it's still hot in the hot jars, which I
Alright.
prepared before.
We'll have a look at that.
We're going to put the jam in the prepared jars, which I washed and put in the hot oven.
And so you've got them all in the oven, and you've got the lids and the jars that you're going to use. And how many degrees did you have them in?
Oh, I had hot oven on 180, but
Are they still hot?
they're still hot. Yeah.
Can you touch them? Are they hot to touch?
They're too hot to touch. Yeah.
Prefer types of jars, or any jar
I
will
do.
do?
I collect the French one.
French.
If they French jam, which also doesn't have any jelly, but it's expensive.
Quite a few jars you've collected. You use a glove.
Because
then-
it's hot, the bottle is hot and the jam is hot. And you pour that in the jars.
Well, that's pretty easy.
Everything is easy when you know how to do it.
So how far do you fill it up?
As far as you can go. Clean this
And
up
why do you heat your jars?
and that's it.
And how long can that last?
Well, I don't know.
How long's the longest
Depends.
that you ever had a jam last?
Well, it's up to, depends how long you cook it. If you cook for a long time, they can last years.
What's the longest you've ever had a jam last?
Oh, I had one for 15 years.
15 years! Oh my God! And how did it taste?
Very nice, like you made it yesterday.
And where do you store it?
Oh, I keep them in my garage,
Just in the garage.
just in the garage.
Great, thank you. Well, that's all from my mum's kitchen for today. And that was how you make a jam. Oh, just one last question. You use plums this time. What else can we use?
Now you can use any fruit you want.
And do it all exactly the same?
I do it all exactly the same.
And what's your favourite? What do you think are the best jams?
My favorite is apricot.
Uh-huh.
And the plum I'm using only for baking.
And any other fruit?
Any other fruit you can make. You can even make from apple.
Well, that's all from my mum's kitchen for today. Thank you, Adna.